like a fruit smoothie.
You like a fruit smoothie. Let's make a...
What flavors you got?
We got mango, sir.
Good. Ring me up for
All
everybody.
right, let's do it.
Go ahead, ring away.
All right. Fruit smoothie. Do you like it?
Yep.
You passed legislation that gave people a chance. Your legislation gave us a chance to open this business.
Opening a new business, is a sign of hope.
Hi, I'm Juan Vargas. I'm co-owner of Nowhere Coffee, along with my wife, Lauren Vargas.
I grew up here in Allentown, stayed down in the DC area for about 15 years, and then came back here to see a very different Allentown than the one that I left. Came back with Juan and started building a life here. To actually see Mr. President walk in through the door into the little holding room that we were in, it was a little surreal.
It's very surreal.
So tell me how it got you involved in deciding on the business.
It was a very difficult decision.
So we were raised very traditionally.
That's right. I was born in the Dominican Republic and grew up in Santiago and immigrated to the United States when I was 7 years old.
I actually grew up in Allentown and then went to college where I ended up meeting this guy down in Baltimore. We had our children very on the younger side and we were early in our careers. And the monthly fee for daycare
It's very hard.
was more than a mortgage payment.
We kind of took a step back as a family and tried to really understand where we are and, you know, is it the best idea to have me out of the house, 60 hours a week? And is it better to be home as a family together? So we took a risk.
During the pandemic, during post-pandemic, the world was just really upside down and topsy-turvy. We felt like we'd been on the road to nowhere, trudging along and not making any progress. So at some point along the way when we looked at each other and said, what are we gonna do here? We said, we've been going nowhere. We're gonna make nowhere somewhere. And it wasn't long after that before Nowhere was a coffee shop, but Nowhere was an idea before it was a coffee shop.
But we made it when we opened February 7th of 2022, right after the Omicron outbreak. So it was quite an interesting time.
Yeah, the world was just waking up again from COVID, so they were really looking for a place to go and hang out and see people again.
So the first thing that I had to do was change the dynamic. And we were able to get hundreds of thousands of people vaccinated. Saved a lot of lives.
It did.
Well, I think we have an obligation as a country to make sure that people have the help they need. And then when you talk about what we've done with Medicare, allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices they pay, well, that's saving the taxpayer billions of dollars. It's not just helping the customer.
And I appreciate you calling them out. It takes away money from Main Street America.
How many people?
You can't buy coffee anymore. And I have people come to our store and say, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I have to pay for drugs. I'll come by in 2 weeks to buy a cup of coffee from you, and that's fine. That's the position they're in. But if those drug prices were lower, they would have more money to pump into the economy, in the local economy, and spread some of that wealth around rather than concentrating them into a few.
Another reason I'm hopeful for our business as I look to the future is the fact that prices are coming down. What we sell is coffee and milk. Just seeing the prices come down and then understanding that our cost of milk will be a lot lower because these price pressures that we felt for 2 years are now they're completely dissipated.
You're a perfect example. Two really bright, decent people with a marriage that you care about each other, run into the problems that everybody runs into, and still having a tough time making it without the kind of basic decency and help for a job. It's a lot more than a paycheck. It's about dignity. You took me to 3 small businesses that opened in the last couple of years. The town's growing.
It is growing.
This coffee shop's only a year old.
It was empty
in this
for
spot,
5
and
months.
it sat empty for a little bit before that.
Here comes in Governor Shapiro,
Yeah.
followed by Senator Casey,
Yes.
followed by Representative Weil, followed by President Joe Biden.
And then we sat down to talk with him, and it was just,
I found President Biden to be incredibly easy to connect
Yeah,
to
I agree.
and discuss the important issues that matter to me.
Yeah.
And he understood them. He really does understand what we need as a business.
I'm so proud to
Yeah.
have met you guys.
yeah.
No, I really am.
I'm really happy that you came to see yes as
Not-
well.
And one of the best opportunities of our lives. So
Not a
thank you.
joke.
Yeah, this is something that we won't ever forget.
So impressed. I really am. I just came away from this really reassured that what we've done has had an impact, not just here in eastern Pennsylvania, but throughout the country. There's a real genuine sense of optimism. And we're going to do more. The job's not finished.